everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Ashley. I'm doing another repaint with a TINYTAN. This is my first voiceover and I just wanted to explain a few things before this repaint, like my channel name, and introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Ashley. This is my channel. My channel name is Canvas Beats and Fantasy Treats. Combines all the things that I love. Canvases because I love painting, beats because I like music, particularly K-pop, fantasy because I like Disney, and treats because I am a cake decorator and love collecting things that are dessert related. I wanted a name that would embody all my favorite things into the title, and that's how I came up with, well, after asking ChatGPT for help, that's how the name was created. With this repaint, I'm going to be taking RM and turning him into Eunhyuk's stage outfit from You Don't Go. It's probably one of my favorite D&E songs. It's one of their Japanese songs, and this particular outfit is actually from their stage performance of it from the Japanese tour style. I do want to take a moment and explain a few things with these TINYTANs. RM, both the throwback and encore, as well as Jin, Suga, V, and Jungkook's encore figures, you cannot separate the head from the body without breaking the pegs inside the head. You also have to soak the head in boiling water to help melt the glue around the hairline. I actually tested it out on RM's throwback and broke one of the pegs, so going forward I will not be attempting to remove their heads. With the other TINYTANs that I did not mention, I will be separating the heads just to make it easier with customizing. With customizing, I do use a Dremel first to sand down the plastic, and then go back in with a file and sandpaper to smooth it out even further. After dusting that all off, I then use an alcohol wipe to get the remainder of dust off so I have a clean surface to work with. However, with this one, as you can see, I started painting it first. I wasn't sure if I was going to need it sanded down, but I realized that I actually needed to make the shirt shorter and that the left side of the pants have RM engraved into them. So off camera, I sanded it down and filled in the pant leg with modeling paste. The best way to describe modeling paste is either watered down clay or really thick acrylic paint. It works really well when you want to either add dimension to your painting or, in my case, fill in the little cracks. I had actually filmed that whole part, but I realized when I was editing that I actually had moved the figure off camera and you couldn't see a single thing. So I'm going to try like a whole lot better to make sure I have things on camera so that you guys can see, so that if you're watching this to get inspiration or want to know how to customize them, you can actually see the whole entire process. I want to mention that I am looking at reference photos off camera on my iPad, as well as the concept art that I had drawn in Procreate. Oh, I just realized I probably should mention that yes, my paint palettes are weekly pill containers. I just have an excess of them lying around, and instead of throwing them away, I reuse them as paint palettes. I like the fact that I can put a lid on and they will last me weeks, versus the traditional paint palette where I would have to put a wet paper towel over them and then put it in a Ziploc bag and then have them last me only a couple days, which doesn't really work when you have a full-time job and your days off are not consecutive days. I do also have what's called a nail palette that fits over your thumb. It's like this clear acrylic plastic that sits on your hand so that you have easier access to the paint. The one that I have, the paint is currently stuck on it and I can't get it off. But I do use my hand, which you will see I use it a lot. It's probably a very bad idea. I figured that out a couple days ago when I forgot I had red paint on my hand and I went to go scratch my back and got red paint all over my shirt. So that was fun. But back to this repaint. The glue that I am using is Gorilla Glue. It dries clear, so I don't have to worry about there being any white showing from the excess amount, which there kind of is, because doing these earrings, it is so hard to get them to stay in the position that I need to stay. I struggle with it for every single one that I am doing that has hoop earrings. They are kind of a pain in the butt, and I kind of wish that I would stop using them, but they do look so much better when they do have their earrings in. And that at the end of the whole entire repaint, I do finish them off with a varnish. The one I use is Liquitech, but you can spray if you have the spray print one as well. I just prefer to use the Liquitech liquid just because It's easier for the ones that are smaller like this. For things that are going to be staying outside, I do use the spray paint one. As far as my channel goes, you are going to be seeing a lot of repaints of the TINYTANs, and that is because I do have a lot of them. When they first announced this collaboration between McDonald's and Hybe, I knew I wanted to at least get 5 of my bias lines, so 3 from Encore and 2 from the Throwback, just because if I knew if I got another member, I would end up collecting all 14 of them, because that's just how I am when it comes to things like this. And I just don't have the space for all of them. But joke's on me, because the very first one I opened, I got a member that I wasn't part of my bias line. And so now I have all 14 of them in so many duplicates. But I did realize after I got my first duplicate that I could just repaint them into other K-pop idols. So I do have them written down on the boxes of what I'm going to make them. But I do have quite a bit, like a lot. I think I have like a total of 23 duplicates. Like I said, it was a lot. But it took me forever to get V and Jen for the Throwback. And then again, it took me forever getting Jen for the Encore edition. But yes, I just wanted to let you know that you are going to be seeing a lot of TINYTANs. I do have other things that I am going to repaint, as well as painting on some actual canvases. There are a couple more K-pop unboxing videos that I want to share because, you know, that, like I said, it is one of my other passions, is collecting my K-pop albums. But that is just a little heads up for you guys that there will be quite a bit. And now, without further ado, please enjoy the rest of the video. This is the end of the voiceover, so I'll be playing music the rest of the video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you come back to watch more repaints and unboxings with me. Bye!